This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
Real Talk.
Hey, this is Robin Lord Taylor, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real Talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chrissy DePaul here, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Michael Jai White.
Byron Min
from Black Dynamite.
And you're listening to Real Talk with the Director
on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? This is China Lane. You are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. So keep it locked, keep it hot. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Verduga, aka Justice Woman, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dennis White here on Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Tune in tonight and get the real.
Real Talk.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
For pop R&B artist Jamela.
I pick Kelly. Yeah!
In the morning, please?
No, I think I want to handle this right now. You can give your time to the studio boy, but I think your man can get a few minutes. All right? Hey, don't walk away from me.
You're hurrying me. Stop, please.
Get in the car.
Up and down this roller coaster, around in circles.
What up, people? It's the Director's Cut, brought to you by Real Talk. Coming to you live on Facebook Live, facebook.com/Real Talk or Real Talk Radio, and YouTube Live, or youtube.com/the IE Network. Independent Entertainment Network. And also coming at you live via Periscope on Twitter.com. Twitter handle is at real, REEL _talk radio. Great to be back. Thank you guys for joining. You just saw a little advertisement there, kind of. Jamela, pop sensation Jamela, new pop artist who was previously on The Voice season 14. She is, I shot her music video, and that will be debuting with a music video. The short version is already out there. If you check it out, it's called Love and Hate. Check it out. Love and the letter N, hate. But the extended cut is premiering October 4th, 2020. I believe it's the 4th or the 3rd, whatever. It's that Sunday. But anyhow, check that out. The extended version is 12 minutes long. It has a storyline. This is like, like Thriller. You know what I'm saying? It's like a long video with a storyline. So check that out. Definitely, you can find more information if you check out the IE Network right here on the IE Network on Instagram at the IE Network. That is us on Instagram, and on Twitter is at it's Real Talk at RE. No, actually, the IE Network has a Twitter as well. The same thing at the IE Network. So check us out. That video is very, very deep, very heavy. It's to benefit and raise awareness towards domestic violence. And the video itself has a good message to it. It's really, really powerful message talking about a toxic relationship and the unfortunate happenings that happens in that type of situation. Video is gonna be good. We're hosting a launch party or like a watch party for it here. We're gonna do it on Facebook. We might do one here on YouTube as well. So check it out. I'll get more details to you later. Today we're gonna be talking, like I said, man, this is the director's cut. This is my extended show that is, an extension of Real Talk. It's brought to you by Real Talk. And this is where we get a chance to talk our nerd stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, what some people would consider that. We don't consider it nerd stuff. We consider it life. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. This is where we get to talk our nerd stuff, man. Comic books, comic book movies, anything, but it's still film and television related, always. You can catch Real Talk, the show Real Talk, on Dollhouse Radio, 9 p.m. on Monday. 9 p.m. on Mondays, every Monday. On blogtalkradio.com if you just want to listen, or right here on youtube.com, the IE network. So we welcome everyone who might come through and check us out. We have some guests today. Well, we have at least one guest today. One of my guests was not able to make it today, so it's all good. But since we talking comic stuff, I got to bring in my resident comic specialist, which is my man Jason from Heroes to Icons, from the site From Heroes to Icons. And have him in today. And of course, as always, my right hand dog, the cleaner, the assassin, Kev. So we'll be doing our thing. We got some good topics to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit, mostly about the DC Fandome conference that's going to be going on. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jim Lee taking over. This is something I'm mentioning it. We're going to touch on it today. But as everyone who listens to Real Talk, you know that Ralph, one of my other Jedi Council, is he's only on that show. I got to bring this back up to him so I can rub it in his face. I told him that Jim Lee will eventually be ascended to the top dog where he's going to oversee stuff because he's already been involved. He's already had his hands involved. He's got, he helped Zack Snyder kind of envision the whole DCEU, the whole DC cinematic universe, right? Or it's a DC extended universe, DCEU. So the original, just a quick recap. The original Justice League movie, which is now being dubbed the Snyder Cut, or it's called Justice League. I think it's called the Snyder Cut of Justice League, something like that. But anyway, we're calling it the real movie. So the real vision for it was, it was supposed to be 3 movies. This movie was supposed to be just like how Endgame, like Infinity War and Endgame was broken into 2 movies. Justice League was actually broken into three movies. So it had, a lot of action, a lot of drama, good stuff going on. And Warner Brothers just decided to screw Zack Snyder, who was the director and writer and co-writer, over and just said, nah, we're going to cut this down to under 2 hours. Like, bruh, the movie is like 6 hours long. We need to cut it into 3 pieces. No, we're going to cut all that and squeeze it into 2 hours, under 2 hours. I don't know what Warner Brothers was thinking, but fast forward, Warner Brothers, now owned by AT&T And AT&T, in my opinion, seems like they're trying to step in and right the wrongs. That's what they're trying to do, because they've already released the Snyder Cut, just like the Kraken. They're releasing the Snyder Cut. That's going to be on HBO Max. They're making there's going to be a lot of changes over at Warner Brothers. They've kind of like switched some people around because there's been a big layoff at Warner Brothers, including, technically including Jim Lee. But of course, that wasn't going to stay that way. So now they're eyeing Jim Lee to kind of ascend, because before you had Jeff Johns, who did a terrible job, unfortunately. Jeff Johns is a great comic book writer, good storyteller writing wise, but he is not a good businessman. He's not ethical, and he just doesn't do things the right way. So that's come back to bite him now. I don't know what's going to happen to Jeff Johns, because Jeff Johns has now been banished to the DC streaming service, and that's about to be gone. So I don't know exactly what is going to happen with him. We'll see. He went there and actually didn't do that good of a job either. Like, Titans was decent. For anyone who might have saw Titans, it was decent. Second season, first season was, it was always decent. The second season, they got the looks a little better. Starfire's look much better. First season, I didn't like the look they had her in the whole season. Has nothing to do with with Anna Diop playing her, black woman playing her. Doesn't matter because the character's an alien, so she's not black or white. But they made her look more authentic in the second season. The dude who plays Robin, I think he's great. He's like perfect almost. He was dope. He plays he becomes Nightwing. Spoiler alert. We'll see. We heard plans of that being moved to HBO Max, which is going to be the new source of streaming for DC Media. For Warner Media. So, lot going on to unpack. Plus, we got some more things that popped up throughout the week. Sorry, last week we missed you. We're going to try to see, catch up on some of the stuff. Some of the stuff we were going to talk about last week. Also, there's the new She-Hulk movie that's, getting more buzz around. I got to get the girl's name again, who they're trying to cast or they have cast for her. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of buzz going on. Also, the new director of Captain Marvel 2 has made history because she will be the first Black female director for the MCU. And I'm talking about none other than Nia Dacosta. So she's definitely made history already. Hasn't even rolled 1 second of film. So anywho, lot to unpack. We're going to get into it. I'm excited. I got my Tony Stark shades on right here. You know what I'm saying? Got my Edith shades on, the Tony Stark special. You know what I mean? And we trying to get it popping right now. We're going to get going. You're watching the Director's Cut, brought to you by Real Talk. And I want to bring in my peoples. Of course, like I said before, we're going to talk. We can't talk comics without having my boy, the comic man, up in here. He runs a show on YouTube. I think he also has it on all social media platforms. The show is called From Heroes to Icons. And definitely want to check that out here. I'll post a link a little bit later in the chat room. You guys check out his show. My man Jay is in the building. What's up, Jay?
What's going down, brother?
I'm good, man. Happy Sunday to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's raining cats and dogs here in New York.
Is it? Okay. Well, see, here in Central Florida, man, it's always raining, man. It's raining like in the summertime. It rains every day. Like, you could set your watch to when it rains down here, because like when it's usually raining around now, around between 4 and 6 o'clock. So it's raining. But the good thing about that is it only rains in little, like the rain moves very fast.
Right.
So it'll be like raining cats and dogs. I'll be thunder and lightning. And by the way, Central Florida, y'all be on some BS with this lightning. Yo, I moved to Central Florida in 2015. I've never read about so many Negroes getting struck by lightning until I moved to Central Florida. I didn't even know that exists. I thought something we see on a like on TV or something in a movie. Yo, there's people straight getting struck by lightning here in Central Florida. It's going crazy. So I'm like, yo, when it rains and it's like Central Florida, man, when it's thunder and lightning, I don't get out my car. If I happen to be outside, I'll be sitting in my car like,
I'll wait.
yeah, exactly. It's all good. So thank God I'm in the house, and it hasn't started. I saw a cloud following me too. I'll just come from Walmart. You're going to Walmart picking up, I pick up my food order from Walmart, and then I'm coming back, and the cloud just following me like. I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? Why are you following me? You know what I mean? But yeah, so it hasn't started dumping yet. But what's going on, brother? How's everything? There's a lot to unpack this week. Last week we missed last week, so there's a lot to unpack. How you feeling about everything? The DC fandom is coming up. How you feeling about that? You ready to watch it or what?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good experience. I think everybody just jumped the gun after the layoffs and all of that. Nobody really understands what's going on.
Yeah.
And with this news site saying this, the Wall Street Journal saying this, the New Yorker saying that, everybody's like, oh, it's over for comic books. It's over. But it ain't over.
Yeah, it's not over at all. So definitely we look forward for that, for the DC fandom that's coming up. And of course, I got to bring in my boy, my right hand, my brother, the assassin, the cleaner. Kev is in the building. What up, Kev?
What's good, fam?
I'm chilling, man.
Listen, I don't want nobody giving me crap. I don't want nobody else giving me crap about my Christmas cups. Thank you, Jay, for being on air with a Christmas cup. I don't want nobody else giving me crap about Christmas cup any other time during the year.
So you got Jay got the Christmas cup.
That's the daddy present, man.
Yeah.
All year.
That's that daddy present. Yeah, the kid give you got to drink out of it. The kid gives you the present. If it's a cup, see, that's the thing. Even if your kid gives you a present that I can say you don't like, you always like whatever your kid gives you, right? But if it's something that you may not plan on using, right, as you supposed to like, you can't shut up. So the kid gives you a present that you're like, okay, but it's usually something that you have to either wear. Or like a cup, if you drink out of it, you got to drink out of it. It's at least when they're around, you got to drink out of it. You know what I mean? So Jay is a great father. So, he's drinking out the Christmas cup that was given as a present. You know what I mean? So let's go. Hey, man, it's always good for Christmas cup. My Christmas cup, it's funny you said that. I got a Christmas cup from a coworker. And she gave me this big old Snoopy cup because she knows I love Snoopy. That's like the peanuts. That's like one of my favorites.
She?
Yes. Yeah. Coworker. Yes.
Okay.
She gave me this.
They don't play that in New York. They don't play that in New York.
Yeah. Well, we had to do our Secret Santa. She was actually my Secret Santa person. But anyway. So she gave me this big old.
Ain't a secret no more.
The secret no more. The secret is out. She's my Secret Santa. So no, but she gave me the big Snoopy cup filled with Reese's peanut butter cups. Right, that's what I got. That was my Secret Santa gift or whatever. I'm like, cool. I haven't actually used it though. I love Snoopy. It's too damn big. This cup is like this big, yo. It's big, and it's like maybe like
supposed to use.
Oh man, it's too big, dude. Yeah. I don't drink hot fluids like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drink some tea. I drink hot chocolate. I'm not a coffee drinker, or as we say in Long Island, coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. So, you know what I mean? That's
Put
right.
your milkshake in it.
Milk, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. But anywho, yo, man, we got a lot to unpack today. We'll start off with. I said we'll start off with the Jim Lee thing. And I said, now I'm gonna be bringing this back up tomorrow on Real Talk because I gotta rub this in to Ralph. I gotta rub it in. So now, just for the people who may be watching and not understanding what I'm talking about, so we have Real Talk that we do. And the people over here, I'm saying over here, I'm looking over here because I got a bunch of cameras running. All right, so I'm also broadcasting live on Bigo.com or Bigo Live. That's my new joint that I'm broadcasting on. Watch, I'm broadcasting the broadcast. So the Jedi Council, myself, Kev, and Ralph. Ralph has been so resistant to this whole thing about Jim Lee possibly taking the reins as the head dude, you know, for the DC film universe as well. And, you know, he's already the chief? He's the chief creative officer already for DC, the comic, you know, DC period, the company. So I always said it's only makes sense for him to possibly, you know, take the job that Jeff Johns failed so miserably at, which is in turn kind of like the Kevin Feige of the DC universe. Even if he shared it with someone, because originally I believe he was going to share it with either Zack Snyder or someone else at first. But then, you know, now they're eyeing him to kind of take the reins, and you know, we'll see. But Ralph was I can't wait to rub this in his face, yo. Ralph was so reluctant to say no. He wasn't even like. He just said, "Nah, it's not gonna happen." We're gonna have to, Kev. I gotta dig in the archives. I need to find that show. Because I will repeat that for him. He said it's not going to happen. It shouldn't happen because he's not a movie guy. I was like, bro, he is a storyteller. I said Jim Lee is a storyteller.
His exact words. Exactly.
Yeah. And
exactly.
I said Jim Lee's a storyteller. What are you talking about? I'm like, do you know that? I'm like, the whole vision that Zack Snyder had, he sat with Jim Lee, and Jim Lee storyboarded out the entire universe, the entire 3 films, everything. So, and I'm like, do you not know? See, now granted, Ralph is not he's not a comic guy. So he may not even know who Jim Lee is, really. Because if you're not somewhat into comics, you may not, because you may not care, right? So, because Jim Lee has always been he's never been no forefront person. I mean, obviously his stuff is on all the artwork and things that he's been a part of. But, you know, he doesn't crave the camera. Like, he doesn't have to be in front of everything. You know what I mean? So, a lot of people, I swear to God, somebody, I mentioned that once before. And I remember someone either put in the chat room or text me or something, was like, do you mean Stan Lee? I was like, wah, wah, wah. No. Stan Lee is dead. Rest in peace. But I mean, I'm just saying. He's dead. I mean, rest in peace to my man, Stan the Man. But I said, yeah, do you mean Stan Lee? I said, no, I mean Jim Lee. And no, he's not Stan Lee's son. And he's not related to Stan Lee.
He's Asian. Damn it.
He's Asian. They don't know if Stan is Asian or not. He always got the shades on.
No, Stan is white.
I know that. Well, I'm just saying these cats, you know, they don't know.
And it's Caucasian.
He is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. So that's all good. Shout out to the people that come through in the chat room, of course. Shaw Millions holding it down, of course. Matty, what's good? Thank you for joining as usual. Appreciate you. Keep doing your thing. Make sure you come back today and come back tomorrow when we do our show on Real Talk. We're going to break down how to shoot a love scene in a film. Something people don't talk about much because they're scared. It's like not taboo, but they're just like awkward, right? They're like nervous to talk. But like, yo, listen, there's a technique behind it. There is a technique behind shooting a proper sex scene, love scene, whatever you want to call it. If it calls for it in the script, there's a way you have to shoot it. There's a proper professional way to go about doing it, so people are not, uncomfortable, or they're gonna be feel a little awkward at first. They're not gonna be uncomfortable. There's things you got to do, and I'll give you some tips from myself from set. We also have 3 guests. We have actor and filmmaker Michael Majuri. He'll be coming on. He's also a radio host himself. We have filmmaker Deborah Markowitz, who also is the director of, she's the head of the Long Island International Film Expo, which will be going on this year. I believe it's going to be virtual, though, and it will be going on this year, I believe September 30th through October 8th. I do have the trailer that I put on before the show started for Jamela. The music video, I am in the music video competition for best music video. This will be my 3rd competition in a row that I'm hoping to win. And so we going for the hat trick. We won in 2018. We won in 2019. We won in 2018 for Playing Dirty, best web series. We won in 2019 for Someday music video, best music video. And I'm again in the music video competition with Love and Hate. So hopefully we go for the hat trick, get the 3 in a row. We'll see. But anywho, so yeah, come back tomorrow as well, people. Like you guys always support. And we're gonna start doing some stuff, man, because we love the support from the people that we get. We're gonna start doing some giveaways, start doing some trivia, but we ain't giving you nothing. You're gonna have to earn it. You have to do this trivia. And we gonna give you some. But we ain't gonna give you no corny gift or nothing. You know what I mean? So we'll give you something dope.
You get free movie tickets.
Free movie tickets. We'll give you free movie tickets. 15 cents a pop. Give you you can take a whole squad to the movies with you. You and all your friends.
Mask up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mask up. Well, we actually might start. That might be part of our giveaway because we're gonna have the Real Talk masks that we can give out. You know what I'm saying? We'll give those out. We don't have, like I said, but we got some things we're putting together for the second half. Well, we're already in the second half of the year, but the 3rd quarter of the year or 4th quarter of the year, we got some things coming up. Should be dope. So Jim Lee, no relation to Stan. He's So right here it says DC is now eyeing Jim Lee to take over as the head of Warner Media. So it says right here, oversee, it says right, blah, 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 blah. DC Universe app. Right. Warner Media is streaming, is streamlining the company, and the DC brand will now expand. Overseeing all of that will be DC Chief Creative Officer Jim Lee, as he has been tasked with quote unquote overseeing creative of DC related growth in the company. So pretty much everything they said, that's been no mention. There's been no mention of Jeff Johns at all. And it seems that he may continue taking a lesser role in the company. That's being nice, a lesser role in the company. So no mention of him. Jim Lee, it says Warner Media also laid off. They laid off a lot of people. They laid off several senior level executives at Warner Brothers, including HBO Max head Bob Greenblatt, TNT, TBS, and True TV content head Kevin Riley. That he went with him. So these layoffs that they got here, what they're doing is, I believe, they're repositioning people. I don't know if they're using this as an excuse to kind of get rid of some of these Warner Brothers people, and maybe then, because if they're laying people off, but yet they're talking about giving Jim Lee in turn basically a promotion. So I think they might be using this as an excuse to get rid of some of these Warner.
Just to be clear, Jeff Johns is not fired. They just moved him over to comics. He's strictly the creator of comics now.
He's not fired. No, exactly. Good point, Kev. Jeff Johns has not lost his job. He's not fired, but he has lost his position as he was at first he was kind of like the head of the DCEU. At one point they had him up there. Then he got banished to the DC streaming service, which is about to be dissolved into no more, because they're going to move all of the shows that they're keeping. They're going to move over to HBO Max. So
I'm going to ask you something about that. What do you guys think about that? HBO Max is not really doing. It's not performing the way they thought it was supposed to out the gate. Do you guys think because they didn't immediately move some of those programs over from the DC streaming service, and just like automatically when they started HBO Max, do you think those shows should have been on HBO Max from the jump, so that way people have been able to access it, and that probably would have raised their numbers up a little bit more? Because from what I'm hearing, they're still behind.
I believe, yes, in a way, I believe that HBO Max would have been performing a little bit better if they had some more stuff ready to go right out the gate. I guess they feel like with all of these announcements, I think we'll hear a lot about that with the DC fandom that's going to be happening, because this should get everybody excited. I think the DC fandom expo should get people excited about going and getting their HBO Max subscriptions on deck, getting them ready. And don't be surprised if they do some sort of special coming up that might, just like how Disney did with Hulu, and like they might do some sort of price special or something that puts you down, like if you get that and you get HBO, I don't know. They might do something like that.
Well, I will tell you this much: they need to do something, because I pay for my HBO through Amazon.
Yeah.
So and I get all of the HBOs except for HBO Max. I actually had to pay for that separate, because if you have Amazon, I think if you get your HBO through Amazon, and I forget what the other one is, you're not allowed. They don't have a contract with Amazon to where you can have HBO Max as well. You have to buy it separately, which means that you have to end up canceling your HBO with Amazon, and then just having your HBO Max, which they're gonna
have to work all that out, because I think it's a new platform, right? So they got to work all that stuff out to make sure that it runs properly. But I think they will get it together about that. But back to the Jim Lee thing. First of all, I want to get your thoughts, Jay, on how do you feel about this, and what do you think what do you think he'll do? What do you think one of the first things, Jim? Let's just assume, because they're talking about they're eyeing him. They're gonna give him the job if they haven't given it to him.
He has the job.
Right. They give it to him already. So what do you think? This is a two-part question, Jay. First part is, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think one of the first things he's going to do? He's already, and the second part of it is, what do you think he should do? What do you think one of the first things? Or maybe they're the same.
Well, the first thing that he has done already, is that he's started canceling comic books. He started books. I mean, a lot of books. I think it's November. Finished. I think Teen Titans, Young Justice, Aquaman, and a couple of other books after November. Finito. Right.
So when you say can't, let me just make sure it's clear for the listeners out there. So when you say he's canceled some comic books, when you say canceled, you mean period? Like they're done? They're not doing no more runs of that particular brand?
No. The current run that's in stores now is going to be canceled.
Current run that's in stores now. Okay, perfect.
Right, because there's a lot of stories in flux right now.
Okay.
Like when Dan DiDio got canned, he had the G5 thing going.
Got you.
When he got fired, it was just like, well, Scott Snyder was like, do we still have to do 5G? I got my own thing I want to do. Right. He was like, well, what you got? You got something that's going to take us to December? He was like, I got something to take us to inside 2021 hard. They were like, okay, we're going to cancel 5G. You let Scott Snyder go on ahead with death metal and all of that. So now you have, and when a lot of people were like, oh, all of those editors got fired. If you got one man doing the job of 10 people, you don't need them guys. That's money I can save. Like for the next 10 months, it's going to be one man's vision. So what I need these guys for, because he can tell everybody else what to do. So they got rid of those editors, and then pretty much it's going to be death metal and whatever Scott Snyder has in his view. So Jim Lee was working behind the scenes on this DC fandom thing, drawing and creating how it's going to work and all of that. Because obviously, somebody got to know all these people getting fired.
Yeah.
So he was just like, listen, all of them going to get canned, but what you got for the people? He was like, oh, well, everything is online anyway. We can do this. We can do that. He's putting out videos on Instagram and all of this about how he helped design the web thing for the DC fandom and all of that stuff. And it's like, okay. And then yesterday, all of these books are canceled. I think
now, Jay,
what's up?
I just want to ask you one question about that. Now, they're canceling the books. Now, does that mean that some of them are going to continue on in digital form, like at Comixology and all of that? Or is it just the physical prints that are being canceled, or is the digital and the print?
Yeah, the series itself is canceled.
The series itself is being canceled.
Okay. And the reasoning for that, like a lot of people don't understand like how comic books work, but because Scott Snyder has like this death metal vision and what the DC universe is going to be after death metal is finished, some of the books aren't lining up. So it's like, okay, where's the story going after Aquaman 65? I'll be like, oh, he back with his wife and him and the baby is safe. Oh, okay, well, cancel that. We're gonna put him somewhere else. And Jim Lee is an artist first.
Right.
So, a lot of people forget that he had his little thing at Image
first. Yeah.
And when he went over to Image, he had like 15 guys under him.
Yeah.
Doing his books. So now it's like, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cancel these books and get the vision under what me and Scott Snyder are gonna do.
Right.
But I'm gonna have whole new writing team and a whole new art team on it. And so, a lot of people don't understand that this is a business. And when you consolidate, some things are gonna get cut off.
Yeah.
And it's just like
end up getting laid off.
How much can I get for a little money?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, not that Jim Lee's a yes man.
No.
But he's very agreeable. He's reasonable.
Yeah.
He'd be like, and he has a vision. Like his mind is always working.
You know what? Yeah.
So when shareholders be like, listen, we got to let these guys go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you got to do? He'd be like, well, I got this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea. And who you think? Well, he should do that.
Yeah, I want to. Somebody put Sean Millions put in the. Wait, one second, Kev.
He did an Image before he left Image.
Oh yeah, true that. So in the chat room, I just want to say this. Sean Millions said it's a lot of competition with different networks. So I'm like, yeah. I just wanted to point that out to, I guess she was listening to what we were talking about with all these different moves that's happening with Warner Brothers and AT&T. Yeah, she's right. You're right about that. There's a lot of different competition now because everyone is,
And that's the main thing though.
Yeah.
If I have Verizon, what do I need Optimum for?
Right. Yeah.
I don't need Optimum and Verizon.
Nope.
Now AT&T's like, well, we have HBO Max and HBO this and that. Now what Kev was talking about, and people might be grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Like he gets his HBO from Amazon.
Yeah.
So it might be like, okay, if you want HBO Max, we'll grandfather you in for the rest of your year, whenever your year is up. You'd be like, click here, you probably get an email or whatever. Click here and you'll be grandfathered in to HBO Max.
Yeah.
But when you have to renew on your Amazon, boom, you got to start from scratch. And the same thing.
Well, they didn't even
with the
They didn't
not
even
yet.
do that. They didn't even
not yet.
Yeah. Well, not yet. Not yet.
They're gonna wait till December. They're gonna wait till December. They're gonna be
they're gonna come up with. I think they're gonna come up with something.
They're gonna give you a month. They're gonna give you 1 month, and then you gotta re-up.
They're gonna come up with something. They're gonna come up with something. And I mean that is a good point about the rat race right now with all of the networks. Another thing, keep in mind, is good to point out. To her point, the networks are also rushing to get their streaming services and stuff like that together. You got NBC now has the Peacock, which is, basically was their logo, but now that's the name of their streaming service, Peacock. So they got a lot of stuff on there now. Like everyone's trying to make that transition because, they don't want what happened. I think we mentioned this before, Kev. They do not want what happened to the music industry to happen to the television industry.
Which is already happening.
Right, specifically the television industry, because the music industry, next thing you know, the internet came and basically ravaged the entire music industry. Music industry is no longer the same. Record sales and all that other stuff, none of that stuff is the same now. Even the way they tally up streams compared to record sales, it's a bunch of hogwash. Like I'm looking at it like, what? I'm like, that means that equals a sale? I'm like, oh, come on. But, they have to think of something for this new system, right? So whatever it is. But my point is, record labels are falling left and right. Small record labels are done. If only the big ones that's been doing business for years and years that got millions and billions of dollars, but they're not making money like they used to. The networks are not trying to let that happen. They're like, yo, we got to jump on this trip. But I think they're a little too late, to be honest with you. But we'll see. They, because they got it too late to the point where they have to do some rebranding to get people to want to come to their network. Because to be honest, the standard is Netflix. That's the bar. That's the standard. Then you got Amazon Prime that, a lot of people use Amazon for everything anyway. Hulu has become very popular. But between those three majors, then you got other ones all over the place. You got Tubi.
But Hulu's under Disney Plus now, isn't it?
Yeah, Hulu is now part of Disney Plus, but it's still its own. It's under Disney. They took control of that, so it's still with them. But they're gonna probably use Hulu to play stuff that they won't play on Disney Plus, like maybe like the Fox stuff.
Like Hellstrom. That's why Hellstrom. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, in order to get Hulu now, you have to have Disney Plus.
Yeah. No, I think so. No. You can get it separate. You can still get it separate. I believe
foolishness, though. Why you even pay that?
Yeah.
No, but but you get it as a package. What they did was when
right.
they first
that's what I'm saying.
Right. They give it as a package with that and ESPN. They had 3 packages. You could get just Disney Plus by itself for $6.99 a month. Then they had Disney Plus and Hulu, but the only difference is when you get the Hulu with the Disney Plus, they don't give you the Hulu Unlimited, so you still have to. You still get the commercials.
Oh yeah. See, they play it with they play it with your emotions right now. It's like, give me the full Hulu. I don't want no commercials. I'm sorry. I don't want to watch streaming with commercials. I don't want to watch it. I get so tired of the free ones that do it, like Tubi. But Tubi only does like maybe if you're watching a movie, you may see a commercial break twice, and it'll only show like maybe 3 or 4 commercials in a row, and that's it. I can live with that. You know what I'm saying? It's free. You're not paying for it. You want to show a few commercials to pay the bills. I get you. But, you know, the ones that's like, you know, even YouTube, like I don't even like watching stuff on YouTube, you know, because there's a lot of commercials now jumping in. You know what I mean? YouTube now, let me tell you, I'm one of the OGs with YouTube. I started with YouTube back when they first started, before Google took over YouTube. You know, and I'm just like, and I get it. They're growing because they become so big, but it's just such a machine now. You know what I mean? It's
with the Hulu, the problem with the Hulu is that Hulu, and you should know, I've done all the research because they canceled my PlayStation View.
PlayStation View, yeah, they cast down. That was.
I'm still pissed off about that. That was the best TV streaming service for live TV that they had out. Like, it was the best.
Yeah.
But now you have YouTube TV. YouTube TV is good, but with Hulu, the problem with Hulu is that they've divided it up so much that you can't even watch like some of the Fox shows, because because Hulu now streams live TV. So now when you're watching Hulu, you have to make the choice of, am I going to get Hulu and then pay the $65 a month to have the live streaming, or am I just going to pay the regular $14 a month and still not get stuff when it first comes out? Because there's some content that's blocked because now Hulu is streaming live TV. There's some content from Fox that's blocked that you can't watch from Fox Live TV.
Wow.
So it's like it's a lot
too much. They're doing too much, man. This is what I'm saying. This is what, you know what's going to happen? They don't get their life right. You know what's going to happen, Kev? People just going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to Netflix because, you know, these cats are just getting too much going on. Like,
unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, that's not. Unfortunately, I hate to say that's not going to happen with the fact that you have people like me who are cable cutters, who I like, you know, almost 10 years now. I cut cable out of my life.
Well, so yeah, of course, yeah. People who use the streaming and don't use cable. I mean, what the hell, man? Cable needs to get their life right on top of that, man. You know, they charging you $1 billion a month for cable, and you're just like, come on, man. For what? And then they give you all these channels, a bunch of channels that you can't even use anyway. You ain't gonna watch. Like, what do I need watching, you know, whatever, who knows, the nature tree network. There's nothing but trees or something like that on there. The bird watching network. Like, I need that. I need the bird watching network.
Yeah, but here's the flip. But here's the flip side of that. Not to get fully off topic, but the flip side of that is you cut the cable companies out, but you still end up paying, at least at a minimum. And I'm just speaking for me. At least at a minimum, you end up paying about $1.30 a month once you're done with internet, Hulu, Netflix, whatever your streaming service is, CBS All Access, Shudder, Stars. By the time you end up adding all of the other stuff, see, if you were lucky enough like I did and caught on early, this is why I got my stuff through Amazon. Because I got my stuff through Amazon, I was paying at a lower price point.
Right.
But now if you go and you go outside, you're paying $14, $15 a month for HBO, for Stars and all of that. I only pay $9 a month for my Stars and my HBO.
Right.
And well, now I pay double because I got the HBO Max. But I can't get Peacock because Amazon won't allow. I got to do the Cody shit to get the damn Peacock channel.
This is what I'm saying. People. It's getting too much because see these networks and stuff that got that got problems with cable networks and cable companies and this, that, and the other. I mean, there was at one time, remember, I believe it might have been for Spectrum. I think for Spectrum owners and maybe Comcast, something like that. They didn't have ABC for a long time and no ESPN. So cats who was sports fans, if they had Comcast cable, I don't know if it was Comcast. I know it was definitely Spectrum at one time. And it might have been like Comcast, but whoever it was, they didn't have ABC anymore because of some feud that was going on between ABC and that particular case. So it's just, and I don't want to get off base here, but I'm just saying. So just to kind of make a point on the point that she made, just kind of capitalize on that. So like I said, so we Jim Lee. So you say he canceled comics. He basically making the necessary decisions to make sure everything runs smoothly. I also have an article here that says DC Universe on its last legs as DC's Jim Lee confirms original shows will move to HBO Max. That's an article that's basically talking about the DC streaming service on its last legs. Like I said, it's about to be dissolved to nothing. They're going to HBO Max. So it says here they'll be moving Titans. It says here the third season of Titans, the fourth season of Young Justice, the next respective seasons for Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn. They are right now on the course to be renewed and followed up with, and at the HBO Max. They also says there was a previously announced that Stargirl would be moving to the CW exclusively for second season, while Swamp Thing remains canceled. So Swamp Thing is still canceled. What? It remains canceled. Stargirl moved to the CW. All right, so they're going to do that. I see why they're doing that. It says, with this move, HBO Max will further holster and what's it say there? Oh, no, I'm sorry. HBO Max will further host its already impressive supporting lineup, the original DC programming, which will include the likes of Green Lantern Corps, Justice League Dark, DC Superhero High, and Strange Adventures, and the untitled live-action series set in the world of Matt Reeves' Batman. Matt Reeves, the Batman. So they're having some sort of Gotham. It's called GCPD. So it's probably like their version of Gotham, but set in the world of the new Batman movie directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson. So obviously I doubt Robert Pattinson be in the show, but it's going to be set around. So that means, what that probably means is who's playing Gordon? Jeffrey Wright? Is he playing Gordon in that film? So Jeffrey Wright. It'll probably be his show. Yeah. I agree.
Look at that. Jinx, we said it at the same time.
Said at the same time, Jinx. Sorry, Jeffrey Wright. Well, in the business, you say break a leg instead of good luck. So
Hey Jay, I thought the Swamp Thing was supposed to be going to the CW.
Nah, he got totally canned, man.
Wow.
The amount of money for such a small.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. Somebody behind the scenes got pissed off, and they brought the scissors out on that guy. And it was pretty good. Yeah, quick. Like, it came out, and before the week was over, it was canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
They ain't wait for no reviews or nothing.
Nothing. They just like.
Did they even do a? They did a pilot for it, right? They didn't do a full season.
They completed the season.
Yeah, the whole season came out.
Season?
Yeah.
What?
10 episodes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That sucks. I'm gonna have to try to find that now. I gotta dig in the crates. I might have to hit up my man. Well, shout out to my cousin Ant. I might have to hit him up. He got the Plex server set up. He probably got Swamp Thing on there somewhere. he gets his hands on stuff. But
you gonna put Ed in jail. Oh wait, he a Republican, so never mind.
Wow.
He good.
What?
He good.
Yeah, he good. So Disney Plus rumored to exclusively release more big movies via the Premiere access. So I guess they're rumoring now that since people are complaining, they're like, "Yo, why stop at Mulan? Just put all of your movies, especially if the movie theater is still kind of messed up. Let's put everything out on premium. Charge them whatever extra bucks, and they're really screaming for Black Widow. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm not sure which way that's gonna go, but
Disney's gonna listen. Disney was already priming for this. They've been Disney has been doing this. They've been ready for this behind the scenes for a while. I think that's why they kept dropping those small little leaks here and there about New Mutants. Especially that last leak that they dropped with the guy from Australia, what they talk about with Australia, like Amazon Australia, with the oops, we accidentally leaked this. And notice every time that Disney does this, they do it with Amazon. They do these accidental date release.
They did that with what was the movie they just did? Didn't they do that with I'm not sure if they did it with that. What movie you talking about? They're doing it with Mulan.
They did it with New Mutants. They did it with New Mutants. I think they did it with New Mutants twice. The first time they did it
was like the last winter. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's exactly what it was. It was last winter that they did it. They accidentally said that New Mutants was coming to Amazon, and then they quickly rolled it back, and then they did it again in June. And did the same thing, but they did it from Australia. They did it with Amazon Australia. They actually had the date of the 29th of August 29th. So Disney has been planning to do this for a while. I think that's why they first did it when they did the what's the first stuff that they released, the first cartoons they did, Artemis Fowl. They did the Artemis Fowl that they released, and the other one that they released directly to a premium POD. So I honestly think, especially after, and we talked about this before, especially after Universal and AMC, decided to make their deal. Disney was like, you know what? We ain't doing that. We're gonna bypass all of y'all. We're gonna set a new precedent. We're going straight premium VOD.
Yeah, they decide we're not going with this new deal of the 17-day window. Whatever, like, we want control of everything. So we're like, you know what? We're going to see how this works. And I tell you right now, all they need to do to get people completely sold is release Black Widow. If they release Black Widow, just like they're doing Mulan, they will have everyone completely sold on not that they weren't sold on Disney Plus anyway, but
if they do it with New Mutants.
Even with New Mutants, which they are.
What was the budget on Black Widow?
I'll check that out.
Like, I ain't trying to say it, but if they film Mulan in China or whatever, it's cheaper. But something like the Black Widow, and you got all these American actors you got to pay. Special effects, they love blowing stuff up. You might be able to do it with the Black Widow, but something like the Eternals.
Yeah, oh no.
I ain't saying that we gonna, that the movie theater gonna be shut down.
150 to 200 million was the budget. So somewhere between there.
Yeah, that's definitely being released on Disney Plus.
Million.
Yeah, it's true. I feel you. It makes sense.
It's a wrap for Black Widow. Release her on Disney Plus for Thanksgiving. Let it go.
Yeah, release
Especially
the Widow.
When the money's coming. When the money's listen, and at a $30 and at a 30, they're gonna clean up.
Yeah, they gotta clean up
that money with no.
They gotta split that money. That's 30. That's 30 clean straight dollars. All $30. And I believe it was. I think we looked up the last show that I think they have how many million subscribers they got? Like, I forgot. We looked it up before. I'm gonna look it up again. Disney Plus subscribers. Just see.
Oh, they got. Shit. It's like 17 million or something like that they got.
Yeah, no, it's more than that. It's
17 or
Disney.
40
Disney
million?
says it now has 54.5 million
4
subscribers.
million. Okay, that's what it is.
54.5
Just
million
take half of that.
Disney Plus subscribers.
If you just take half of that and times that by 30, they've made their money back and then some.
Yeah, if you take you take half of that times about 30. I mean, gee whiz, man, 54 million subscribers. And like you said, we'll even take half. Let's say half of them say I ain't paying $30 for it, which that I think more than half will. But let's just say half. Oh my God, that's a number that.
And listen, and that's not.
I don't
And that's
I don't even feel like
including-
calculating that number. I got a calculator right here, and I don't even feel like calculating that number. That's how much.
Listen. That's not, and also that's not including the new subscribers that they're going to get in.
Yeah,
from
that's true.
The people that's going to want to unlock it. So they're talking about $30
stuff.
to unlock it, and you have to become a Disney subscriber to unlock it. So they're going to get the $6.99 plus the 30.
So that's really $37. So yeah, good point that you pointed out, Kev. So in order to unlock
over 650 mil.
Yeah, there you go. Over 650 mil just off that.
That's better than a movie theater.
That's way better than a movie theater.
Yeah,
that's better than doing a movie theater. So if they're gonna do it with that, they make that money. Now you're talking about that. Now you're talking about a profit of $450 million because they tapped it. Their ceiling is 200 million. So if even with that being 650 mil, that's with half the people, right, of the subscribers.
And that's the opening. That you figure that's going to be like the opening first 3 days that they're probably going to reach that number.
Yeah, they're going to reach it quick. They're going to reach it quick. I mean,
let me ask you something, Wes.
Go ahead.
What would they do something with like the Eternals? Which that movie is going to be like Endgame. You know what I mean? You're talking about.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be. They're going to spend a lot of money on it, but I'm going to be honest with you. They're probably going at first. Their tactic is going to be maybe push it back until they can, get some true theater releases. Also, let's not forget that it will be released. It will be released in theaters on other parts of the world. They'll probably release it in theaters where it's less COVID. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna release it in theaters where it's just less COVID. Shit.
Listen,
Canada is on phase 3 of reopening from COVID. So Canada about to get back and popping. So they're on phase 3 of reopening right now. So
the movie theaters here are supposed to open up in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're talking about open up here too, but that ain't gonna last, in my opinion. I don't think that's gonna last.
No,
I think
it's not gonna last long.
It's not gonna last. I don't want to jinx them, but one person gets sick, even if they didn't get sick at the theater. The media is gonna be watching that hard. One person comes out of that theater and they catch COVID or they have COVID or whatever, and God forbid it spreads. Oh my God, it is a wrap for movie theaters, period. I think that is the nail in their coffin, period. If that happens, if they go and someone's like, oh, AMC opens up down at Disney Springs or whatever, or anywhere, AMC in New York, like one of the big ones, opens up. Next thing you know the media is going to be watching. They're going to be sitting there like this with their pens, looking, waiting to see who's going to get sick. Soon as someone gets sick that was at that movie theater, oh my God, they're going to start a citywide panic. Everybody who even went past the theater going to be like, oh my God, do I got COVID? They didn't even go in the theater.
Let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
What's the highest you would pay for a Marvel movie on Disney Plus?
I think they're at my ceiling at $30 because
you wouldn't pay $50 to see the Eternals, to see the Celestials, to see the beginning of the Marvel universe.
I would not.
Hell yeah, I
wouldn't want to.
I would.
I mean, let me rephrase that answer. I probably would, but I definitely would not want to, and I would not want to encourage that, and I wouldn't sign up for it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not paying $50. I don't pay $50. I don't know. I don't even watch pay-per-view like that either. Like even if something big comes on, like WrestleMania or something like that. I used to be a big wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even pay $50 for that. So I'm just like, that's a little too much.
I don't know, man. If there was some way I can get you like a comic of like the first 2 series of the Eternals, I think you would be like, I pay $50.
Yeah, well, let's just see. Let's see what they do with it. And I talked about. I'm glad you mentioned that, Jay, because I talked about this once before. I think Kev might have heard me. I might have been on another show. All right, I'm gonna say this, and everybody can probably get sit down because I'm about to say it. I'm not excited for the Eternals. I don't know why. I'm just not.
But I know it's gonna be fire. I know it's gonna be fire. I'm not excited either. But when that first trailer come out, I want to see the trailer come out. They're gonna be like, "Yo, this is gonna be better than Endgame." Watch. You're gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, to be fair, I was not excited for Ant-Man. That's one of my favorite ones, and I definitely wasn't excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's in my top 5 of the MCU movies. So the first one, Volume 1, so. I don't know. I trust Marvel. I trust Kevin Feige. That I do. And but they're due. I'm not saying they're due for one, but I would say, in my opinion, out of the whole entire MCU, their biggest letdown to me was Captain Marvel. Even though Captain Marvel made a lot of money,
I still haven't watched it.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got Jay Hodges here. This dude is a comic dude. And I know you mess with Captain Marvel in the comic realm. So the fact that you haven't watched it yet, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes that you haven't watched it yet. I watched it. I've watched Captain Marvel 2.5 times. I just watched it again, half of it, during my little MCU binge that I've been doing. I've been doing an MCU binge where I've been watching it in chronological and story order. And actually, the second film in the list is Captain Marvel, because that takes place in the 90s. Whereas, and Captain America takes place back in World War I and all of that. Captain Marvel, in the timeline of the story, Captain Marvel's the next film. So I watched it. I watched half of it. I couldn't really get through the whole thing again. I don't know, man. I didn't like it.
Something wrong with me,
bro. Yeah, there's something wrong with you, Kev. There's something wrong with you.
I saw Captain Marvel 5 times in the theater.
Couldn't do it.
And at least 10 times on TV.
Couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. 5 times. You know me. I watch movies at least 3 to 4 times in the theater. That's my thing. I saw Captain Marvel 1 time in the theater, and then I saw it 1 time on TV, and then I saw it another half time. That's it. I just don't think, to me, that was the letdown of the MCU. It's other than Iron Man 3, that's the biggest letdown of the MCU. Iron Man 3 sucked.
You like Guardians of the Galaxy too?
Volume 2, no. That's in my bottom tier as well. Right down there, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 3. They're all in the basement, as far as I'm concerned, of the films of the MCU. That'd be a good show.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kev, why did you like Captain Marvel so much?
It grew on me. When I first watched it,
so does baby poop. Nobody likes to change poopy diapers, man. It grows on you. You just
it literally wasn't. It wasn't that bad. It literally wasn't that bad. Here's why I liked it. I liked it because they showed Captain Marvel as she was supposed to be shown. Also, because I didn't blame Brie Larson, because she did what she was supposed to do. It was the fact that they had those two garbage directors. And remember, Wes, before this even came out, I was already mad at who they got to write the damn movie, because the chick was, because they were going through different writers. They had the one chick that was talking about she wanted to add all of this comic element to it. And they were like, what the hell are you talking about? Get her out of here. Yeah. So they got her out of here. And then they put these two people on it to direct. And it's just like, it was so many breaks on the story, but because I can respect the placement of the story, and because it was important to the continuity, and also
it's important to the continuity of the overall MCU. Yeah, but here's the thing on top. I don't mean to cut you off, Kev. Just commenting on what you're saying. Yes. I do not blame Brie Larson for the performance, which is funny because it's odd to say that, because she's the one who performed it. So it's odd to say that I don't blame her for the performance. But the fact that they had the two different directors that literally came from two different perspectives, not perspectives, but two different styles, and it showed in the performance. It showed in her performance that she was working with two different directors. I don't necessarily blame her for that, but I also do not like the film itself. That's probably one of the reasons why I can't sit through it. The film, to me, I thought the writing was not that good. I thought it was decent at best. A lot of the punchlines didn't land because they just didn't. They were not delivered properly, mostly by Brie Larson. And like I said before, I don't know if that's her fault, if that's the director's fault, but the so-called comedic or sarcastic lines that she was supposed to land, she didn't land, in my opinion. And I believe that Samuel Jackson saved that film. He saved his Nick Fury saved that film, because you got a chance. All right, what do? Great idea, the right idea. You got a new character that nobody has seen in the MCU. Some people didn't even follow Captain Marvel in the comics. So, of course, she was on the Avengers Assemble cartoon and stuff like that. So you may know her from that. But the thing is this: so you got a new character. Of course, what do? There you go. You implement an old character that we already been seeing from the MCU. So now you get to see, at the same time, the subplot story was you got to see the origin of Nick Fury. So that was cool. That portion of it. You even actually got to see how or why he wears an eye patch. By the very end of the movie, you get to see why. If you remember in one of the Iron Mans, or it might have been where he says, "The last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye."
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Do you trust anybody? He said, "The last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye." So,
but see, that's the thing. That's the thing that I liked about it. Not to cut you off, but that's one of the things that I liked about it. What they did do, where they messed up with the direction, they made up for with the action and with the pacing of the story. That was the one thing that kind of sort of stayed the same.
Yeah, even though the tonage
of it was switched up as far as the character kept falling in and out.
Yeah. Say again. Kev?
I said that, but the character tone is what kept falling in and out. But the action, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
The character tone. Okay. Okay. The character tone is what seemed to be a little wishy-washy. But the action, they had good action timing, and just the whole overall premise, like with the 90s, and just the whole feel of it. And like Wes said, Samuel L. Jackson really he saved the movie. He saved the movie, and some of the fight sequences were really good. That's one thing
Now,
I can say. The fight sequences are
Sam
really good.
Jackson. Sam Jackson is a master at this type. So he's a perfect buddy movie person because he is always going to represent the wild and crazy buddy of that, and meaning like his mouth, his dialogue and stuff like that. I mean, he did it. You've seen him do it time and time again. He did it in Die Hard. He did it in Long Kiss Goodnight. You know what I'm saying? He did it with Ryan Reynolds. He did it with Ryan Reynolds. Like he is perfect for that type of thing. You know.
Wait, Wes. The one thing I gotta say, Jay, is the chemistry between him and Brie Larson was perfect. Like,
they had good chemistry. They had decent chemistry. They had decent chemistry. What I didn't like is the character. I think they kind of. I didn't really like. What's his name? What's the dude who was in there who played like her mentor? I didn't like his Jude Law. I didn't really like his character. I don't think he got enough screen time. I don't know. He was kind of like her mentor in the film.
But also, he was the villain. He was supposed to be her mentor / villain,
right? And, he her frenemy, her mentor, but enemy. He's the mentor that basically, So that I was like, some of the stuff, and like I said, some of the Brie Larson dialogue to me was just very dry. And I'm gonna say it. I have to say it, bro. I don't like the outfit. I don't like what they did with the outfit. The outfit to me looked kind of corny. It was okay. It had the colors, but it didn't look like Captain Marvel outfit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, and through more than half of the movie, it didn't have the colors. Yeah, well, it's not that it wasn't tight enough. What I'm saying is, Captain Marvel, and let's be honest, Brie Larson went through a lot of work. She got her body right for this character. She did a lot of working out. She did a lot, you know what I'm saying? So the outfit showed no definition to her body in the outfit. And Captain Marvel, her outfit does. It don't have to be. They always make adjustments.
They purposely made her look. But they purposely made her look masculine, more masculine than anything.
They purposely made her look more masculine, and I thought that wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. You can still be a strong female character. You don't have to look masculine or look more masculine just because Captain Marvel, she's still strong. She's still one of the most powerful ones in this universe. That goes without saying. So I mean, the Russos did a little better with it. You know what I'm saying? The Russos did their thing. They did a little better with it. The Russos had like when they
her.
Yeah, they did a little better with her.
No bueno. It went too far.
It went too far.
What the children say?
What they say?
She was mad OP. She was mad OP. That's what the kids say, man. It's ridiculous. She's ill, and I like the fact that she got a little haircut or whatever. She's not that. He got the power gem. How's she gonna catch his hand, man?
Yeah,
it was dope. It looked fire.
It looked great. Great.
She's not the Silver Surfer, man.
Right.
I had a lot against this. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, no,
I had a lot against him. Y'all seen this book I held up?
Yeah.
Y'all seen that? Listen.
Yeah.
Can you kill him first? Can you get on? Kill him first. Just whatever in a flashback. Kill him first.
That was another problem I had with the story. That's another problem I had with the story. They didn't even mention. They mentioned the character Marvel.
He was the first one to defeat Thanos, yo. When Captain Marvel died, Thanos was like, "One love, I'm gonna walk you to the afterlife, man." like you know what? Respect. You know what I mean? She come in.
He showed respect if you could thump it out. Just like even the way he showed, when he said to Stark.
He's like, all that for a drop of blood?
All that for a drop of blood? He said,
I'm about to bring it to you right now.
He did say, I respect you, Stark. I respect you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
I hope they talk about you when I murk you right now. After I murk you, I hope they talk about you. You know, 50 years from now when they say, "Yo, the world is balanced, everything is great," you know, but Stark, he was alright too, though. Yeah, that's messed up. Like, yeah, the universe is balanced. Everything's prospering. Our crops are growing. Our kids are going further. We got high-paying jobs.
Shout out to Tony Stark.
Shout out to Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? He tried to stop Thanos, but it's all good. Yo, man. Thanos is the dream, man. Thanos is the evil universe Martin Luther, man. He had a dream. Thanos had a dream, man, that the world would be perfectly, the universe, not the world, the universe would be perfectly balanced. But you know, he just had to break a few eggs while he's making that omelet. So that's all that. That's how he looked at it.
You know what's funny? I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad that they made that change from the book. At first, I didn't like the fact that they were changing. Because I love the relationship that he was trying to have with Mistress Death. And I thought that they would play on that and just, because I thought that was hilarious. Like every time he'd be doing stuff and she'd just be looking at him like, "Negro, please, I have no time for you. Is that what you're doing for me?
Yeah.
Did I ask you to do that? Why are you doing that? Did I ask you to do that for me? No." And she was just basically blowing him off. And he was doing all of this extra stuff. But I like the way they took it because it just...
In the current continuity, he got her. She married him.
She did marry him, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, eventually there's a storyline in which she marries him.
The hottest storyline of 2019, man. Thanos wins. Yo, he demolished everybody, yo. Like, demolished them. Yo,
Thanos.
The Silver Surfer, who they call Silver Surfer Black, had with Thor's hammer.
What?
Thanos destroyed him.
Wow.
Wait, with Thor's hammer?
He got that. He got that little
the Fallen One. He was called the Fallen One. He was black. He was like a black chrome, and he had a Mjolnir.
Oh wow!
Thanos laid him flat. Thanos laid him flat.
Laid him down. Yeah, I mean, I like what they did. I like what they did. Like I said, the MCU they made some changes. But anywho, Captain Marvel. Speaking of Captain Marvel 2. Well, like I said,
that was a good segue, Wes.
Yeah, right? Nia Dacosta, who actually directed the film, the new Candyman that's going to be coming out soon. She, among other things, she is going to be the first Black female director to direct a MCU film.
I'm excited for that one, Jay.
I'm excited about that. I want to see. I think she's going to right the wrongs, in my opinion.
What else has she done, Wes? I'm not too familiar with her.
Yeah. I was bringing her her little resume. That she only has a few films under her belt. She doesn't have a lot. Let me see. I think she did some TV stuff too. I mean, like I said, the new Candyman that's coming out. She did that. Under director, so Captain Marvel 2, Candyman. Let's see what else she got. Yeah, like I said, she only has another film a TV series called Top Boy. I've never heard of it.
The Little Woods.
Yeah, and The Little Woods. The Little Woods. Yeah, that's it. She's only got a few under her belt, so she's fairly new to directing. As far as that goes, she's got actually under her belt 1, 2, 3, 4 products under her belt. Well, you add Candyman, that's like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah. Then there was a Candyman short that she did. So yeah, 5 projects.
What qualifies her for such a large scale film?
I don't know,
because she got. I could tell you why. What's her face that plays Valkyrie? What's her name? Oh damn! What the hell is her name? Her name escapes me now. What's the girl's name that plays Valkyrie?
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson worked with her on Littlewood, so that might have been her in, because that's how it pretty much works in Marvel. Some of these people, some of these actors work with some of these directors, and then they, these projects come up, and then that's how that's how Natalie Wood got Natalie Portman. That's how she got what's her face to do Thor 2.
See,
Patty Jenkins.
I don't have no scissors here. I don't see this.
What happened?
I'll remain silent. I'll be quiet.
Not it. You nope. You open the can. You open the can. Pour it out.
All right.
Pour it out.
Listen, this is why I haven't watched Captain Marvel yet. I'm 46 years old. I've been watching movies from my memory since I was like 2.
Right.
We have seen a lot of films, bro. And now, in this day and age, after George Lucas said, anything that I can imagine, I can create, right?
Right.
And we know that from James Cameron on.
Yeah.
We know what's possible in film. I refuse to settle.
Mm-hmm.
And if I feel in my spirit like, oh, okay, they just dragging me along until the next one come out. Don't do that, man. Give me 110%. You gonna run around the earth? Run around the earth, man. Like, you can't tell me if DC make the Flash and it don't do good, that's DC fault. You can't tell me the Flash got to be better than Sonic. Right. Sonic was crazy. I only watched a little bit,
Sonic
walking past the kids' TV. Sonic was crazy.
Sonic was a good movie.
How
Sonic
can the
was
Flash
awesome.
not be better than Sonic? When you do stuff like that, I'd be like, nah, I'm okay. I'd be like, OJ, I didn't watch Shazam yet either. Oh, why is it? No.
Listen, hold on. I'm gonna tell you, because I felt the same way about Shazam. I was like, I'm not watching that trash. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see no fucking comedy bullshit. I'm dead ass. I sat there and I'm telling you, Jay, I'm mad at myself because I waited for it to come on TV to watch it.
Come on.
I wish I never would have did that.
Well,
I wish I never would have did that.
I'm gonna tell you how I felt about Shazam, honestly. I thought it was me personally. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good. It was good. It was good. I think Zachary, whatever his name is, I think he did actually pretty good. But you got to see. This is the thing. I can see why Jay wouldn't want to watch it because it's not. It isn't for people that are Shazam.
Exactly.
Fans like that. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't.
If you're the average,
you got to adjust. It was made. That movie was specifically made for the average moviegoer, not for. It wasn't made for super fans. It just wasn't.
But what's the excuse?
I don't know. The excuse is DC. DC making decisions as usual. That's pretty much.
No doubt. If it would have more seriously mythological, when I even say that, I say something like Percy Jackson. Right. If it would have been more in line with that and with a better actor playing Shazam, I'll say that. Right.
Yeah.
Then you could be like, oh, okay, it's fire.
Yeah.
But my man that play because y'all watch the Titans, right?
Yeah.
My man that
I do.
Well, you seen Smallville, right?
Yeah.
My man that played Aquaman in Smallville, and he played
he plays
Hulk in the Titans.
In the Titans, yeah.
That's Shazam. That. That's Shazam right there.
He could do
That's Shazam. He's brolic.
He's definitely brolic.
He got the divot in his chin. He got the dimples. He got the chinky eyes. And when my dude smile, it's a wrap. That's Shazam right there. Plus, he played Raphael in the last Ninja Turtles movie, man. He know how to do the kitty thing. He know how to do the kitty thing. That's him right there.
I liked him as Hawk too, with Hawk and Dove.
Fans will be happy. The girls will be happy. The kids will be happy. You can't tell me. You see that dude in the Shazam suit, every white kid in the world gonna want to jump off a roof. They're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Even though Levi is a good comedian,
more right.
That dude is a superhero.
Yeah, that guy looks like the reason why they keep picking him to play superheroes because he looks like a superhero. I think he appeared in the Arrowverse too as somebody. I don't know if he did. If he wasn't Aquaman, no, he was somebody else in the Arrowverse. He appeared somewhere in there too. But he does look like a superhero. You know, like dude he's good too. He's good, man.
He's a clown. Like he could have killed it.
Yeah.
When I saw him as Hawk, I was like, oh man, they needed to like switch him. Be like, take you, put you over here. I'm taking you, put you over there.
That was the problem. But see, that was the problem. I think that was Jeff Johns and them trying to. Oh God, I can't.
Why
believe
y'all
I'm
keep
saying
throwing
this.
my man
They
under
were
the
trying
bus?
Listen, because he was trying to do this. He was trying to shine a light.
Again.
He was trying to shine a light.
Jeff
He was trying to shine a light.
Jeff Johns. Another segue. Speaking of Jeff Johns, another segue.
Okay. You're 100% right because that story of Shazam is what Jeff Johns wrote for the New 52.
Yeah,
and the comic book was fire, but I didn't want to see that what they made in there. But you're right about Jeff Johns. He was just trying to push his own story, which is foul.
Which is that's unethical. Like I said, he's done a lot of unethical stuff, unfortunately. Like I said,
and then you do it. It's like I'll be like, Wes, here's my story.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to the writing table. Take my story and do. I ain't gonna be over Wes's shoulder like, no, Wes, do it this way. Pick this actor. No, I'm the writer. Take my story. Here's my story. And if you need something, you know what I'm saying, just text me or whatever. Yeah. And Kev, you 100% right.
Yeah.
That's a Jeff. That's a Jeff Johns move, right?
Jeff Johns doing it. That was a Jeff Johns whack move. A Jeff Johns whack move. So speaking of Jeff Johns, he's back in the news with Ray, your boy. Here you go, Jay. Your boy Ray Fisher. He's back in the news, man. He's still running his mouth. Jay told him last time, stop running your mouth. You got the things. You got what you wanted. But Ray Fisher, he can't keep. He keeps spilling tea. He keeps spilling tea.
How old is Ray Fisher?
I'm not sure. I think he's in his 20s. He's in his late 20s, I think. Yeah, mid to late 20s.
Yeah, he's in his 20s, man.
That's what it is. He's spilling tea like it's no tomorrow.
He's in his 20s, man.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. So check it. All right, so here's what Ray Fisher says. Ray Fisher in a tweet, of course. And we got to go to Twitter. On Twitter, Ray Fisher says, yeah. During the LA reshoots of Justice League, Jeff Johns summoned me to his office to belittle and admonish my agents' attempts to take grievances upon the proper chain of command. He then made a thinly veiled threat to my career. This behavior cannot continue. That was the tweet that he put out there. And I remember, as just to remind the people, this is the same dude that also kind of put out there in about Joss Whedon. He said Joss Whedon was he was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. This is what he said about that was his comments about Joss Whedon on set. So now he said that Jeff Johns pulled him into the office, summoned him into the office, and basically told him, I guess he was what he's saying from this tweet to kind of decipher it, his attempt to take grievances up the proper chain of command. So Jeff John is basically saying, don't go over my head. All right, in this part. And he said he made a veil, like a threat to his career, like, a vague one, I don't know what he means, but I guess he means like if you can't do stuff like that, or else you won't work in this town no more, so to speak. Because once people realize that you a snitch, that's basically what Jeff Johns is saying. Once people realize you a snitch, no one's gonna want to work with you. No one's gonna want to hire you if you constantly go up the chain of command and go over, jump the protocol, jump the chain of protocol. So I guess apparently something that went on that maybe Ray Fisher may have taken up through the right protocols, and then decided, I guess he didn't get the satisfaction he was looking for, so he decided to go higher. And Jeff Johns basically probably pulled him in and tried to warn him, like, "Hey, man, just want to warn you, dude. You're not gonna be able to work. No one's gonna want to hire you if they think you a snitch, or if you think you that's basically what he probably said to him. Because for him to say that he, in his words, he said he then made a thinly veiled threat to my career. So I'm thinking Jeff Johns probably said, "Hey, look, man, you can't be going above my people's heads. You can't jump protocol. And if you do that, you continue to do that, you ain't gonna work in this town no more. People not gonna want to work with you because you a snitch." I just said it the raw way. That's the savage way. Nobody wants to hire a snitch. That's like back when we was kids. They say nobody likes a tattletale. So
yeah, I don't think that's what it is. The first thing I want to say is I can't defend him, and I'm not defending him, because what he should have did was when he said the first stuff about Josh Whedon, he should have did an addendum and added this back then. So I can't defend him. What I can say though is that I honestly believe that he went with some real grievances about what was going on. And I think that Jeff Johns just didn't like the fact that he was grieving. Period.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I believe he probably
didn't want to hear
it. Jeff Johns, he blew him off. So dude did what? Listen, let's keep it a buck. Dude did what most black people do. Oh, you not gonna listen to me? No problem. You got a boss. I'm gonna go to him. I'll talk to him, and I guarantee you that'll fix things. And I guarantee you that's what happened. He went over his head, and somebody probably came back with like, "Look, Jeff, whatever you're doing, you need to fix that." And so Jeff probably got pissed and was like, "You know what?" And now that's when he probably said what you said. "Oh, you a little snitch, right? Check this out. Keep snitching and find out what that do for your career."
Let's see what it do for your career if you keep exactly. So at the end of the day, Jeff Johns probably told Ray Fisher, at the end of the day, he probably said, "Hey, it's not good to, snitch or whatever, go above people's heads and jump protocol."
No, he should have listened. He should listen.
So he should have listened in the first place.
That's what black people do.
Was him. That's what he was gonna say. So he didn't go up. But see, here's the deal. Now I agree with you. I have to agree with you on that one. I can't really defend Ray Fisher. No disrespect to his needs, but the bottom line is he should have mentioned that before. I think Ray Fisher was methodically waiting to make sure, because remember back when he first mentioned the Joss Whedon stuff, it wasn't determined where Jeff Johns stood in the hierarchy and everything. It wasn't determined yet where he stood. I think he's waiting to everybody is kind of out of power, so to speak. Now he's kind of throwing it out there because same thing. Once he found out that the Snyder Cut was coming out and everything, now he starts telling the stuff about Joss Whedon. He also might be doing that as a way. He may actually be doing it. I'm not saying he's doing it on purpose, but it also in a way kind of helps his cause with the Snyder Cut, because he gets people kind of on his side And it's like, oh yeah, because remember the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder has mentioned, and we're going to jump to the next topic before we shut down, and we're going to talk about the DC fandom. But Zack Snyder mentioned in a previous, I think during Comic-Con, that and in other interviews that Ray Fisher's storyline is very heavy in the Snyder Cut. Not Ray Fisher's storyline, but Cyborg storyline. So I believe that that helps his cause too. But yeah, so now Jeff Johns is kind of like pretty much out. Before it's all said and done, he's going to be completely out of the DC cinematic universe or whatever for the most part. He may still do some writing. He didn't do very well with the show running. He was the showrunner for Stargirl. Now I don't know if he's still going to remain the showrunner, but as Grace over at Beyond the Trailer reported, he was not doing very well over there. You know what I mean? As a showrunner, he wasn't doing a very good job. So he obviously doesn't know what to do when he's in authority. So go back to writing comics, do what you do, and let the big boys play over here. Go back in the sandbox. Let the big boys play over here. So, that's that. But Ray Fisher, I'm gonna echo my man Jason. Yeah, it's pipe down. All right, I get it. You know what I mean? And he's gonna become more and more vocal as we get closer to the Snyder Cut. You watch. I'm sure this won't be the last we hear of Ray
Lord
Fisher.
have mercy.
He's gonna drop something else. He's gonna drop some more tea. He's been dropping. I don't know. Because he's in his 20s, like you said.
Is he like biracial or something?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Or is it just his generation?
It's just his generation, I guess.
Because listen, man.
Oh, wait. There's more to this story.
Wait,
Kev. There's more to the story. Fisher also alleged that Johns was enabling Whedon to act the way he acted on set. Which I believe that, and it's not like I don't believe what he's saying. I'm just saying, while he has doubled down on his comments about Whedon, he said he was largely silent about Johns until now. You can read what he said below, and then that's where they have that there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So he basically said also, in conjunction to what he said about Joss Whedon pretty much being an a-hole on set and abusive and stuff like that, he said Johns was enabling that. So it could be tied to that too. The fact that he mentioned that, it could those could be the quote unquote grievances that they're talking about.
That's what that's
right. Which is what you pointed out, Kev. The grievances is probably like, yo, man, this is crazy right now. And he probably went to Jeff Johns and said, yo, man, this dude is being abusive. He's being unprofessional. Like, what the hell, man? We coming back for these reshoots, blah, 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 blah. Okay, boom. And then Johns probably ignored him. Then he probably said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead above him and tell somebody else. And that's what he did. Like Kev said, they came back and said to Jeff Johns, yo, man, what's going on? You can't keep your actors in check. Why they coming to my office complaining? What's going on with this? I just got an email from Ray Fisher. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever's going on down there, fix it.
Whatever's going on there, fix it. So he probably got his ass chewed out by whoever his superior is. So he's a little tight now. So now Jeff Johns is tight. He's like, yo. Then he pulled him in, told him, probably tried to stroke him, a little bit, like, yo, man, we sorry. But you can't be doing that.
West.
I give it,
West. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
He probably
Jeff
said,
Johns yeah, exactly. Because listen, like I said, when black people don't get their way at the office, what do? No problem. We're gonna go to the person that's above you. With those exact words. Oh, you want to act crazy? No problem. You don't want to listen to me? I'll just go over your head. That's all.
And you know how they do it. When they try to demean you, they don't just say boy. They go boy. Boy.
Listen.
Boy, let me tell you a little something about how you go about, complaining to people. There's a chain of command. And then Ray Fisher probably got all in his feelings. So, Fisher's fairly new. He's definitely new to this type of stuff. So, yeah.
He ain't new to being black.
Well, listen. Exactly that. Hello? And also, the other thing I got to note is he's also theater trained, too. He's more of a theater actor than anything else.
So everything is proper with him. You're not treating me proper.
He's a little bougie. The theater actors, they're a little bougie. Shout out to my theater actors out there. I've worked with a lot of theater actors. I love y'all. But y'all clean it up. Y'all bougie. If it ain't right on set, they'd be like, it's not right on set. Meal break. Yeah, meal penalties. So they're like, especially because they might know their lines. They're gonna know their lines. All of the theater actors are gonna know their lines. They're gonna probably know everybody else's lines too. Because I've been on set with theater actors where I will not point it. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus. But I've been on set with certain theater actors, and they're like, you got one person who's messing up on their lines, and then you got that one theater actor that's getting tired of them messing up, so they say it for them. Like, yeah, and they feed them the line, Meanwhile, for people who know, on set, that is the job of the script director, the script supervisor. Right. Yeah, the script supervisor is supposed to feed lines if the person forget their lines. So they might be off and they'll be like, line, when you hear the little tip to the filmmakers out there, when you hear the theater actor feed the lines to the other actor, he or she is tired of them. He's tired of them messing up.
It's a form of disrespect. It's just like stepping on somebody's line. When you got dialogue going back and forth, and you keep stepping on their lines, a theater actor will come at your neck like, B, what are you doing? They'll straight call cut. They'll act like the record ain't even there. They'll straight call cut. Like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Can we cut, please? Can we cut, please? Can we cut, please? I'll be like, no, we can't. Keep going. But
he's stepping on my lines. He kept stepping on my lines.
I'd be like,
man, keep stepping on my lines, B.
Yeah, they get mad about that. So that's what I mean. He may be a theater actor. They're thespians. That's what they do. You gotta do this. Thespian. So there you have it.
You're black.
So that's it with him. All right, let's get to the meat of the story before we shut it down. So the DC fandom is right around the corner. It's next Saturday, I believe, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be next Saturday, which is the 22nd. Is that the 22nd?
Yep.
Is that the date?
That is the 22nd.
Yes.
Yeah. So next Saturday, DC fandom unveils their schedule here. So we'll run down some of the stuff that might be very interesting. There's a lot here that they're doing, man. So some of the panels that they got going on. First of all, the DC fandom is going to be a lot of, obviously it's everything that's DC related, obviously, hence the name.
Everything. They're doing Lucifer everything.
Yeah, Jesus. Anything that's like DC related, of course, stuff with Warner Brothers, stuff like that. So let's see here. The fandom will also include areas to explore, the latest news from Warner Brothers games, artists and comics via Uverse, Insiderverse, Funverse, and DC Kids fandom. So here's the schedule. right here. They say you can click here for the full schedule. Jesus Christ! Like, so
the schedule is long.
What'd you say?
The schedule is long.
Yeah, the schedule is long. I'm not reading that full schedule. We're gonna read some of the more interesting ones. Well, so Wonder Woman now. Gal Gadot is going to be. She's definitely going to be in the Wonder Woman 1984 panel. We're not sure. It is not confirmed that she's going to be in the Justice League panel, but I know Zack Snyder is. I think most of them will be there. Zack Snyder. We'll probably see Ray Fisher. We'll definitely see Henry Cavill. We'll definitely see. More than likely, we'll see Aquaman. I can't think of his name right now.
Momoa.
Jason Momoa. I don't know what's going on with Ezra Miller right now. We might see him, but we'll see. So first of all, Wonder Woman 1984, 10 a.m. The encore is at 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. So that's going to be in the Hall of Heroes, which, I mean, it's going to all be online. So. But Wonder Woman 1984, it's Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal. So Patty Jenkins. So that's going to be one there. Let's see. They will answer questions from fans from all over the world, talk fan art and cosplay, and reveal all new sneak peek at the upcoming film, plus a few more surprises. That's a 25-minute panel. Should be interesting. I'm hearing that they're definitely going to show, because they've been holding out showing like what Cheetah actually looks like in the trailers and stuff. They've shown Kristen Wiig as the other character. What's her name? I forget her actual name, but the woman who becomes Cheetah. And they're going to, I believe they're going to finally show because they've already cut a trailer that has the cheetah in it. They have cheetah in it. What do you mean why? Because they're going to show it.
They want to get people showing stuff. We don't need to see everything.
Nah, bro, you don't need to see everything. But remember, we don't need to see everything because we're going to go and watch it regardless. They need the people that otherwise may not watch it to see it so they can come. So that's why they do it.
Let's keep it 100. Just because you see some woman that look like Cheetah and you don't know nothing about movies, I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah.
BS. I call BS on that.
Nah, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I want to see what she looks like as Cheetah. I do want to see that. I'm not waiting. I don't want to wait. Let's think about it if I was going to the movies. If I was going to the movies to pay the movies to go see it and she looks crappy, I'll be mad. So,
but you know what Kevin's saying, Wes? You know what Kevin's saying?
I'm just messing with him. I know exactly what he's saying.
Captain America Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
The illest scene they showed in the trailer.
Yeah, they did. That was stupid.
And I was hyped. I was hyped for the trailer, but I said, you know what? If I was sitting in the movie theater and Iron Man went and recruited Peter Parker, he jumped over Captain America's head and snatched the shield. And I didn't see it in the trailer. Yo, word is born. I'd have been jumping over seats, diving through the aisles. Yo, I would have ran all the way to the front like the last dragon and started breakdancing. I'd have been like, yo, this is great. Oh my God.
You could do things. You can do things without you can see. But here's the deal. They need to take a page out of see what Snyder. Well, it all depends. I'm gonna say what Snyder did. He didn't really mean to take all that stuff out the film. But they used to do that with films too. They used to use almost like
separate footage.
Footage that may not even be in the film. They use it in trailers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like we know why they took out the Twin Towers from Spider-Man, but that was one of the illest trailers I've ever seen.
The helicopter caught in the middle.
Yeah, with the helicopter caught in the middle of the Twin Towers, like a fly caught in a spider web. Lord have mercy.
I own that reel, right?
Jay.
I own
have that?
Yeah, son. I got the reel from the theater of that trailer.
Really? Get out of here. Oh,
I'm a collector, son.
Yo, Dwight got the reel. When he said the reel, he meant an actual film reel.
Yeah, it's
from the theater that has that trailer on it. That's crazy.
I have to say this. I know we're cutting the show short soon. I have to say this. For years, I have been saying to myself that anybody who has that commercial, whether it be on VHS, DVD, or anywhere, they have some very, very rare footage because you can't even really find that. I don't even think you can find that on YouTube.
You can now. You can.
Oh,
you
can
find
now?
it. But it depends on how you type it in. And then they got one that's almost in HD now. I think you can find. Very hard to find though. You got to surf the web, man.
Yeah, I mean, when I first saw that trailer, dude, I swear, I think I might have said it to you too, Jay. I was like, "Is this like Point Break 2? Like, what is this?"
Yeah, because we was watching it. And I was like,
"What is this? Like Point Break 2? Like, what is this?" Yo, you had that was a perfect trailer. I'm sorry if there's a perfect trailer. That was a perfect. It was a teaser. It wasn't a full trailer. It was a teaser, but it was perfect teaser because it's like, oh my god. Oh,
what did I tell? What did I tell you when I first saw that Spider-Man trailer? I can tell you the theater. I was in Manhattan on 42nd Street at the Majestic Theater. That's right off of 42nd Street.
Mm-hmm.
And when that trailer popped up on the screen, my cousin Nisi was sitting next to me. I was grabbing her by her arm, squeezing her arm. Crying. I was crying, literal tears. Like, oh my god, oh my god,
that's
Spider-Man.
funny.
I'm like, yo, it was the same thing that I did with when they showed when the Iron Man trailer first dropped, and he broke the sound and he hit Mach 2 and broke the sound barrier. Yo, I pulled a Kevin Smith. I just started crying. I'm looking at the screen. I'm just crying. It's like I can't believe I'm seeing this. I can't believe I'm seeing this.
It's I've had those moments. We've had those moments. The MCU was great at delivering those moments. But yeah, man, that's so I'm gonna get back. So Wonder Woman, that they're gonna reveal some sneak peek footage to get you. I mean, at this point though, gentlemen, you gotta put some sort of footage out there. A lot of people there are a lot of people that are getting, impatient. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? With the pandemic kind of messing things up. It's almost like marketing all over again. You got to do.
Yeah, so, you don't want people to forget.
You don't want people to really forget and fall out of love with you. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's saturation though to a degree.
I mean, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. I mean, I think the trailer that's the trailer that is going around right now of the trailer that's going around right now of Wonder Woman, that is the trailer. But I believe they just cut out the part where they actually show Cheetah. I think they show at the end of the trailer when they show Wonder Woman in that new outfit that she has, and that armor. And I believe that's because she said something like, "Oh, what have you done?" You know what I'm saying? Like she makes that like, "What have you done to yourself?" So that might be what they do. So anyway, so the Flash panel, 10 a.m. Also, encore at 1 a.m. Watchverse, Monarch, and then says executive producer Eric Wallace joins cast members Grant Gustin. This is the Flash show, the series, not the movie. Members Grant Gustin, Candace Patton, Daniel Panabaker, Carlos Valdez, Jesse L. Martin, excuse me, Daniel Nicolette, Kayla Compton, and Brandon McKnight to discuss all Flash things with the Entertainment Weekly's Chancellor. What does that say? Weekly Chancellor Guard. He's from Entertainment Weekly. I guess he's the moderator or whatever. He's hosting the panel. Team Flash will break down both parts of season 6 and look ahead at what's to come. An exclusive trailer for season 7. Fans will also get to look at an exclusive black and white noir episode, Kiss Kiss Breach Breach. So they'll be able to watch. So that right there, that's 40-minute panel. Teen Titans Go panel. Cast members that will be on that panel will be, let's see, this executive producer Peter McHale, and voice characters Tara Strong, Kahari Payton, and Greg. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I ain't gonna say.
Don't even worry about it. You can slide right past.
Yeah, slide past that one. I know. Black Lightning at 10:45 a.m. That panel, the Black Lightning panel, will be going at 10:45. You have probably like the main guy, a couple other people. Like their cast isn't that big anyway. Let's see what else is interesting. Pennyworth panel. I don't think I'm gonna watch that, but I don't know anything about that.
Stop doing black people like that. Stop doing black people like that. You didn't treat the Flash like that.
I said so. Introducing Flash, the 101 style conversation with the Flash filmmakers. So there's Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti, who stars Ezra Miller, and screenwriter Christina Hodson will give fans a speedy rundown, pun intended, a speedy rundown on the first ever Flash feature film. That's only going to be 10 minutes, you know. They're trying to probably make it a whole in a flash, right? They're going to go through in a flash. Suicide Squad, 12
because Ezra Miller's there, that's why. And they don't want him
They don't want him saying nothing stupid. So they're going to try to hurry up, and they don't want Ezra Miller saying something stupid, so they're going to try to hurry up and get through it. Okay, Suicide Squad panel at 12 p.m. noon. We will have Director James Gunn will be taking questions. Let's see. No Holds Barred squad showdown that tests every team member's squad knowledge and survival skills. Interesting. Okay, DC Legends of Tomorrow. Nobody really likes that show. So that's at 12 noon as well. I watch it. I don't pretend. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm content with it. It's not all that. But Katie Lutz is there. Nick Zano, Matt Ryan, a couple other people. Like pretty much most of them. Let's see. Who else? What else is interesting? The Joker put on a happy face. 1:45 p.m. Hall of Heroes. Feature interviews with filmmakers and industry legends. Discover the origins and evolution of the Joker and learn why the Clown Prince of Crime is universally hailed as the greatest comic book supervillain of all time. That's just a quick thing. That's no real panel. Let's see. What else is good? Snyder Cut of Justice League. 2:45 p.m. Encores at 10:45 p.m. Zack Snyder fields questions from fans and a few surprise guests as he discusses his eagerly awaited upcoming cut of the 2017 feature film and the movement that made it happen. Okay, so it'll be right now. It's just Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder, for the most part, he's going to have some guests. So they're not confirming who's going to be in that panel. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they all pop up.
It's going to be Ray Fisher. Him and Ray Fisher going to be talking shit.
It's going to be Ray Fisher talking crap. I'm sure Ray Fisher might pop up. Gal Gadot, dependent, because her panel will be over by then, so she may pop up. Her Wonder Woman panel will be over by then, so we'll see. Black Adam, 3 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Black Adam at 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock. Star of the first ever Black Adam feature film, Dwayne Rock Johnson. I threw The Rock in there. They just said Dwayne Johnson, but it's The Rock. Feature film, Dwayne Johnson sets the stage for the story and tone of the new movie with fans first Q&A and a few surprises. Okay.
I hope they show more than that little BS clip that they showed, or whatever that graphic was that they showed, with this little tiny, really, really small. You couldn't even tell that was Black Adam. It was so the image was so small and blurry. I don't even know why they threw that out there.
It's another mistake. It's another mistake, man. No bueno.
The Rock. No bueno. Okay.
No, The Rock is fine, but he shouldn't have his own movie yet. That's a mistake.
Yeah. Right.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Well, in his defense, he was supposed to be the original villain for the Shazam movie.
Yeah, that all broke down.
And they screwed it up. They screwed it up, and him and his team pulled out. Well, I should say him and his ex-wife pulled out, and that's why we're getting the Black Adam movie with him by himself, because he was supposed to be the original villain.
Yeah. So they have Aquaman. They have an Aquaman panel, which basically director James Wan and Patrick Wilson, King Orm himself, will take a deep dive into the world of Atlantis that Wan created, revealing their favorite behind-the-scenes moments from the largest DC movie ever. As they got there, Ask Harley Quinn at 4:15. Ask Harley Quinn. So she has gone toe-to-toe with Batman and the Justice League and taken down the Joker, the toughest villains of Gotham City. But at DC Fandom, Harley Quinn faces her toughest challenge yet, answering burning questions from DC's biggest fans in her own tell it as it is, no BS style. If you love Harley Quinn animated series, this is one you cannot effing miss. As they put there. That's their words, not mine.
Come the boo joke. Be asking boo jokes.
Oh my God. Yeah, right. Let's see. Okay, so that's one. So now they have at 4:15, there's a Wonder Woman 80th celebration. As an Amazon and a god, Wonder Woman's truly timeless, so it's hard to believe she's turning 80. Join Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins and star Gal Gadot, along with a very special guest as they reflect on the characters. Of course, it's gonna be Linda Carter. It's gotta be Linda Carter. It's gotta be Linda Carter. You can't have a Wonder Woman anniversary and not have Linda Carter. Wonder Woman.
This is what I don't get. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to drag this out. But why even say special guest? Why can't you just say Linda Carter? When you say stuff like special guest,
because Kev, they don't want to blow it. They don't want to blow it. They don't want to give it away. That's why. Perfect time for me to do that. They don't want to give it away. Spoiler alert.
Just in case a Zoom don't work.
Yeah, exactly.
She couldn't log on to Zoom, so they gotta get somebody else.
They better not show up the stunt woman. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Oh no! So I know, right? Okay, so speaking of Shazam at 4:30 p.m. There's a Shazam. Zach Levy and the cast can't tell you. They said Zach Levy and the cast can't tell you shiznick. they cussing and everything. Sworn to secrecy on the new script of their upcoming movie. Zach and a few of his Shazam castmates talk with the Philippines' #1 DC fan, Gino. Don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'll go ahead and go over that. About what the next movie might be and might entail. Okay, Lucifer at 5 p.m.
Make him the #1 fan.
Lucifer at 5 p.m. So you'll have the director, executive producer, and showrunner Joe Henderson. Let's see. I don't know if the guy is in it. I don't see the guy who stars him. They didn't say he's in it. Titans 5:30. So Titans are back, bitches. that boy, they going hard on this site. The phrase kicked off, or that's what they're basically echoing Jason Todd when he said that. Titans are back, bitches. He said that on screen. And
He
one
was
of the
never a Titan.
I know. The phase kicks off with explosive second season of Titans. Okay, blah blah blah. Let me go through all of that. Start Nightwing, long-awaited emergence of Nightwing. They got a lot of stuff here. I'm trying to like breeze through it because we gonna end the show. So it's like,
long.
It is long. Join executive producer Greg Walker. The series stars Brandon Thwaites, Anna Oh, I got to get on there. Got to see my girl Anna. I'm gonna be sending messages to her. You should be Storm. I'm just like, leave. I'll be like, leave this show. This is the Titanic. It's a sinking ship. Get off now. Why you can't? Tegan Croft, Ryan Potter, Connor Leslie, Curran Waters, and everybody else is in the show. So they're coming. All right, 5:30 is another interesting one. The Batman at 5:30. This is one of the later ones because they usually leave those stuff to later. Not that I as so interested, but I am interested to a degree. The Batman filmmaker Matt Reeves joins host and self-professed fangirl. Oh, Aisha Tyler for a discussion of the upcoming film with a surprise or two for the fans. Don't watch it, Kev, because you might actually see something. So
it's going to be whack. It's going to be whack.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
boy. So the Superman Man of Tomorrow panel is coming on at 5:45.
That's what the new movie's going to be called?
Superman Man of Tomorrow. I guess that's probably, isn't that that's an animated one, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was made from a graphic novel.
Yeah. Daily Planet intern Clark Kent. Yeah. They just giving you the thing. So that's the panel for that. So joins let's see, who is this? Who's hosting this? Who's in it? Superman Tale, Emmy, Golden Globe Award winner Darren Criss. Okay. Cool. So DC's Stargirl, 6:45. That's going to have a few cast members there. Creating here. Here's a panel called, I don't know if it's going to be a panel or what it is. It's 40-minute. Creating Heroes, the life and art of Jim Lee. It's a screening. So it's probably like a little documentary. Featured on the animated film Justice League War, this documentary explores the work of the master artist Jim Lee from his early days to his current position as DC's chief creative officer and publisher. Cool. So there's a documentary. 7:30 is Batwoman.
He's the man now, Wes.
Yeah.
They wow, okay.
Yeah. They you know that is the conference. So all of y'all but I can't wait to rub this into Ralph, man.
El Presidente, man.
For all of y'all that may not have knew before, he is the man now. They done gave him his own documentary. Oh, that's their way of saying we love you. Thank you. So, yeah. Okay. Wrapping this up, we got at 7:30 is Batwoman panel. I'm sure they're probably going to introduce the new Batwoman. There. What's name? How does she pronounce her name? Javicia Leslie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she's the new Batwoman, and she's going to be there. Harley Quinn again? What is this?
Cancel Batwoman and Harley Quinn, man. Keep reading.
Harley Quinn. I know, right? Okay, they're talking about Harley Quinn again. I think that's it, really, for the most part. That's like the gist of it. So with that being said, as we wrap this up, either way, I'm gonna be excited to watch it. I'm kind of mad that it's coming on. I'm gonna be watching a lot of the encores, unfortunately, because there's a writers' conference that's going on that I will be attending. It's a virtual writers' conference that's going on at that same time on Saturday. It's like all day Saturday, so I'll be having 2 computers open. I'll be looking at the writers' conference on one computer. I'll be on the other screen. Well, I don't have to have 2 computers. I just have 2 screens open. I'll have the other screen open to the fandom. I'll just keep that on mute until I see something that I'm really interested in watching. We'll see.
There's only 2 things on here that I'm interested in. Watching the Jim Lee documentary and watching what James Wan is going to do. I could care less about anything else.
Jay, what anything on here that you are particularly
He's showing you.
Jim Lee.
He's showing you.
Jim Lee. Yeah, that's
Jim
it
Lee.
though?
Yep.
Anything else?
They ain't gonna show nothing else. What they gonna show? They ain't gonna show Cheetah. They ain't gonna show it. Because they will. All of the fire come like a week later. They ain't gonna show it. Because they ain't got no release date for it. They ain't gonna get the people thirsty like that. They're gonna show Cheetah, and then YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they don't want to hear all of that. They just want to be like, remember Wonder Woman. That's all they want to do. Yeah. Is just whet the appetite. If they show her, the internet gonna explode because they ain't gonna have no release date.
True that.
Not unless they release it on HBO Max.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If Disney, if Mulan, this is what's gonna dictate everything. If Mulan and New Mutants do really good, particularly if New Mutants do good with video on demand and a theater release in the same day, I guarantee you DC is going to turn around and that thing is coming out on HBO Max. Or either that or actually not HBO Max, I'm sorry. It's going to come out premium VOD, so it's going to come out on Amazon and all the main streaming services and on your video on demand as a premium video on demand package. Watch, I guarantee you. Theaters are not going to be open. They're not going to be open.
Now, theaters are not going to be open till next year, like fully, and people are safe. They're going to have to start pushing that stuff out, man. They might as well go ahead and throw it on HBO Max or whatever. Some of these movies.
2020 is a wash. Period.
2020 is a wash. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm a filmmaker. I'm an independent filmmaker, and independent filmmakers, we're still making films. Don't get it twisted. We up in there shooting with masks on. You know, hell, we shoot without permits. You know, we gonna shoot films with masks on. So, independent filmmakers are still. But the bottom line is, even myself, I haven't been on a set in a long time. I haven't been on a set in a while. I actually probably be stepping on a set for the first time, maybe later this month or whatever. So no one's shooting really. So trust me, putting all that stuff. That's all Jim Lee stuff.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to the Jim Lee panel. I always like to see Zack Snyder because I love Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's cool. He's a cool interview. I hope we get a chance to interview him one day because he is a very cool interview. You know, he just shoots the shit with you. You know what I mean? So he's very good with that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, man. That's that dude.
I'm telling you, him. In my opinion, him and Jay Lee are the best. They are the best.
Yeah,
I gotta pay the cost to be the boss, man. Gotta pay the cost.
I'm gonna be honest there. I have to congratulate Jim Lee because he has definitely worked his way up in every sense of the word. He
maneuvered himself.
Not just maneuver. No, he worked himself up.
No, he did work. He did work.
You know what I'm saying? In every sense of the word. This dude done been on three different companies, from Marvel to starting Image. You know, one of the people that started Image, and now he's at DC. I mean, if you're gonna trust anybody, why not trust him? This dude he's been around. He's been in comics all of this time. He knows how to tell stories. All artists, let's not get it twisted. All artists are trained to tell stories. That's the point. But they just tell story with their art. You know what I mean? So he is respected storyteller. See, this is where Ralph, people jumping on Ralph. This is where people like Ralph don't get it. Like, yo, Ralph, dog, he is a crafted, a trained and reliable storyteller.
And
that's what it is.
And not only that, he's also
nice.
He's also a chess player, man. Just
look at that.
Man.
Yeah, he is.
He's also a chess player. He knows when the ship, and I don't know how he knows it, but he always knows when the ship is about to sink, and he knows how to maneuver himself. Look at that. Look at that. And he just knows, and he knows how to maneuver himself to be in position to go to the next level, to do the next thing. And he keeps himself relevant all the time.
So with that being said, shout out to Joseph Tanner, who joined the room recently, not that long ago. What's up, Joseph? Thanks for joining us. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. Mo Money's in the chat room. Thank you for joining us. We're about to end the show, but still, come back tomorrow, where we'll be doing Real Talk, and we'll be talking about we'll be the council will be running down our top best film or movie sex love scenes. We'll do that in the later part of the show, but we have 3 guests that will be joining us. Actor Diana Durango, actor, filmmaker Michael Majuri, and filmmaker Deborah Markowitz. They'll all be joining us to talk about techniques of how to properly film a love/sex scene in a film. Something that I don't hear any shows talking about. You know, here at Real Talk, we like to educate people too, because we got people that listen to our show that are filmmakers, that are actors. If you're an actor and you've never done a sex scene, you may want to listen to this show, because you'll be able to hear actors.
How to feel about it.
Right. You'll hear actors actually telling you, how they got past the awkwardness, how they got, broke the ice, stuff like that. How they felt about shooting their first sex scene, first love scene, intimate scene. You're going to hear from directors. You're going to hear from filmmakers that have done that have shot those scenes, on how they go about making it happen. We're gonna talk about from the pre-production of it, because it's on every aspect. We're gonna talk about the pre-production of it, the actual shooting of it, and post-production, which is probably pre and post is the most important part, believe it or not. In post-production of it, how you bring it all together, make it look real, make it look hot, whatever it's supposed to look for, that whatever the scene calls for, you want it to look, it's got to look right. I mean, obviously it has to look authentic. That's the point of an intimate scene, right? You have a love scene in a film, it's got to look like they're really making love, period. So how do you achieve that without having porn? You know what I'm saying? That's the question, and that's what we'll talk about tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on Dollhouse Radio. Real Talk, right here where we always are on YouTube. And next week we'll do our post for this show, the director's cut. Jay, if you are available, I'd like you to come back, because I want to do a post show of the DC fandom. I'd like to do that and talk about that and see, what was the results, how everybody felt about what was the best panel.
Now I gotta watch all the panels.
Well, you can just skim through them. Well, what what was any reveals, any good information that we might want to run with? Are we excited about anything? Let's see if our excitement changes after Saturday, and see if we can. Because right now we all got like, We all got those faces, like whatever. So that's what we'll do. And with that being said, if, I want to just end it off. Jay, please give me your shout out your show and where we can find your show. And what's the URL for it? Like on YouTube, it's / what? From Heroes to Icons, and it's no underscores or nothing.
Nah, it's just straight up From Heroes to Icons. And on Instagram, it has from / to / underscore From Heroes to Icons, like that. But if you just type it in, you'll see my little starburst.
Okay.
It's from Hero, and it's From Heroes to Icons on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and from heroes to icons.net.
Okay,
I'm everywhere.
Put that up there.
I'm like Darkman, man. I'm everywhere and nowhere.
Icons.net. I'm throwing some of this stuff in the chat room, so every one of y'all go check out some of the stuff Jay's got there. He breaks down stuff. If you're interested in comic books, any sort of comic book talk, that's the man. This is the man to go check out. Go check his show out, man. From Heroes to Icons.
Wes, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Probably within the next 2 weeks, I'm at like 900 and some change on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I will be giving away a comic book, most likely, when I reach 1,000 subscribers on Instagram.
Will you be giving it to the 1,000th subscriber or the 1,000th follower, or just anybody?
Shit, I'm taking it. Ain't nobody
man. You got it. Like you said, you got to work for that, man. You got to work for it. This is there will be 1,000 subscriber contest for Instagram, and right now my YouTube subscribers is super low. So DC Comics has had a few books come out that were 750. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a 750 subscriber contest for YouTube, and that should be fun.
Dope. Should be great. Y'all go over there and subscribe to his y'all make sure you go and subscribe to Jay's From Heroes to Icons on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's all over there. He has a very unique name, so it's not hard to find him if you just remember From Heroes to Icons. And you'll be able to check him out, follow him. You might be able to win something. And we'll be holding some giveaways here on the Director's Cut and on Real Talk. We're gonna start that up probably not this week, maybe next couple of weeks or next month. We'll start it up and start putting together some.
We can start tonight. Why don't we start right now? Like, give us some free advice.
Free advice. Free advice. Vote. Vote or die. Period. Vote or die.
Read a comic.
Read a comic book. That's the free advice I'm giving to Bryan Singer. Read a comic book for the next time you make a movie.
Please respect. No, we're gonna take it a step further. Bryan Singer, respect the source material. Let your people read books. As a matter of fact, how about you just show up on set? Why don't you do that? Learn how to be on set.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, we will meet everybody back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. We thank everyone that was in the chat room that came through, that held it down. Shout out to my brother Heaven Hollywood Experience. Shout out to Spill of Sugar with G over there. Shout out to the heavy hitters that's always coming through and representing. We really appreciate y'all. Yeah, shout out to that Wonder Woman that you holding up there.
You know what? That's the perfect example to show you what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to show you how to bang, 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 bang.
Oh my God! You stupid.
Read something. Don't listen to him. Read something.
Read something. Yeah, we got to show you how to make it look like you bang, 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 bang.
Lord have mercy.
Be educational more than anything else, and we're gonna keep it professional of all things. So, but you get a chance to actors. No, seriously, actors that do not they may be nervous if they got a scene coming up that's an intimate scene. Also, I actually have to add to the conversation, since we are in the times that we are. We also got to say about how we're going to take precautions to be safe doing these intimate scenes, even if it's as simple as a kissing scene, because of COVID-19 and things that. So you got things that you have to. Yeah, right. You have to get these things. All of this stuff we're gonna go over. So it's going to be a very interesting show tomorrow. You're going to hear from the directors and filmmakers and actors that's been through it, and we'll get their stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I will share with the audience my experience with it, with shooting sex scenes, love scenes, whatever you want to call it, intimate scenes on set. I've shot a few myself. And I will share. It's funny, and I will share my experiences with that, my techniques, tips, and I think we're gonna definitely have like a what you have to do, what you really have to do for this thing to pull off. You gotta really. I'm not gonna go into it now. I'll go into it tomorrow, but join us back here tomorrow. Well, thank my guests. Jay Hodges, of course, from Heroes to Icons. Thank you, sir. Hopefully, if you're available, come back next Sunday when we do our post fandom show. Thanks to Kev. Thank you, of course.
Bang.
I'll see you tomorrow. If you say that, I'm putting you on mute tomorrow.
Listen, I'm paying homage to John Witherspoon. Goddamn it! Bang, bang, bang,
bang, bang. I'm just saying. All right, look now. Don't make me get like the angry. Don't make me get like the angry parent when you got company over and you acting up. Boy, if you don't. Boy, if you don't. You ever notice? You ever notice how your parents, they never finish the sentence?
Sit down somewhere, goddamn.
But they don't say it. They never finish it. They never finish it though. It's like they really, what we're saying. You just heard, boy, you better sit your ass down. But they're saying, boy, you better.
If you don't sit your ass down.
They
with the face.
Yeah. You don't
sit your ass down. Sit down.
Sit down. You don't want to say it too loud. It's like, sit down. If you don't sit your... Yeah, there you go. So, we'll be doing that tomorrow. All right, peace, everybody. Thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate you, brother.
You got it, brother.
Kev.